Welcome to Hard Cam Wrestling Podcast, where falls count anywhere. There are no disqualifications and a 2-hour time limit. Introducing the participants. The opinionated one, Ryan Sangster. The 18-year-old piece of gold, Joseph Parr. The real deal, the anti-Miz, Ryan Palmer. King of strong style chat, Nik the Twin Towers, and the real franchise, James Richards.
Hello, welcome to the Hard Cam Wrestling Podcast right here on Podbean and YouTube. I am James Richards. I'm joined by Mr. Nik the Twin Towers.
Hello.
And Mr. Ryan Palmer.
Yo.
How are you both doing tonight?
Good. Spend the whole day watching wrestling.
Lovely. What we like to do.
I've been watching the main event of Starrcade 97, Armageddon 2008. I'm still actually now, while we speak, I'm watching Ethan Page versus Carl Anderson at Final Resolution.
Oh, nice.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, so this is a different Sunday show this week. Normally we do our top fives, but since the year's come to an end and there's limited people available today, we thought we'll start with our end of year content. As it's December and like 2 weeks away, 2 weeks left this year, thought we'd start with the best and the worst of pro wrestling in 2020. And to start with, I think, let's be honest here, a lot of good has come out of this year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, quite a bit of bad. So, I think...
Sorry, go on.
So you go, Ryan.
I was going to say a lot of chicken salad has been made out of a lot of chicken shit.
Yeah, it has. So, I think we'll start with the bad. So we can end on a positive note. As you said, you've got to make the fans go home happy.
Send them home happy. That's
Yeah.
what McMahon says.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't really work, but we miss. So who wants to start off with this then?
Well, is this the worst moments of the year?
Yeah, start with the worst moments of the year. We're not limiting ourselves to how many to do each. We'll just talk about some good and bad moments.
I'll say Miz winning money. I'm totally stealing this off of Palmer. I know he can back me up on it, but yeah, Miz winning Money in the Bank, man. It's just an absolute farce. So 10 years ago.
It's an absolute travesty. It's a downright disgrace. He should not be winning Money in the Bank. The
whole idea of Money in the Bank is to elevate new stars, to get that new fresh face out of the mid card into the main event spot. That's what the whole basis of the idea was originally. And yet, the dude who's got it now had it 10 years ago.
And Otis was a new star as well. They could have elevated him. I think the general feeling was that they put it on him for halves, for shits and giggles, and then the reality hit. It was like,
what do we do?
Exactly.
I think. How about this? Instead of just putting the Miz on this list, so just say Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
The men's Money in the Bank contract.
I'll tell you what they should have done with it though. This is fantasy booking 101. Is Otis should have given it to Mandy as a present, and she should have cashed it in and got the World Championship or got a title shot at least to elevate her into the main event picture.
There's reports going around when it's first one that he's going to cash in on the tag titles with Tucker.
Yeah, but I think he should have gave it to Mandy. It would have elevated her. It would have cemented the whole relationship sort of storyline. You got a guy like that who's banging abroad like Mandy. He's going to give his left finger and his Money in the Bank briefcase for another dip.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we can just put Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
On it, because apart from Oscar, obviously they had to do something with Becky.
Yeah.
With Becky getting the title off her because she's pregnant. So I think they've done that really well. of how they did it, to have the Money Bank contract be for the Raw Women's title, which I thought was pretty good. But the men's briefcase has gone for an utter shit fire this year.
Yeah, it's diminished in qualities, I suppose, so to speak. It's diminishing returns or whatever it is. It hasn't. Its luster's is all gone. This year's just a write-off.
It's taking the shine off from next year's pay-per-view for sure, because it's going to be like, I don't really give a fuck who wins it.
Yeah.
Let's hope they can sort of build it up again next year. Because this year was, I think Miz will probably be WWE champion after WrestleMania.
Probably. Well, I'm hoping he'll fucking fail his caption. I'm still hoping that.
I don't think he will. I think they're going to give Miz a couple months reign after WrestleMania. What I think they might cash on Drew after Mania. Drew gets drafted to SmackDown and he has a program Reigns.
Oh, yeah.
Unless he's in the main event with Reigns as one of those probable possible main events that have been touted out recently.
Let's be honest, Reigns is getting Goldberg. Let's be honest here.
Oh, fucking hell.
That should be fast lane. That should be like just go through Goldberg to get to Mania. That's like the whole, again, the title of fast lane. Goldberg's your roadblock on the road to WrestleMania. Smash it, Mania.
Shall we? I'm going to do this as a segue. Speaking of Goldberg, beating the Fiend. Which did happen this year, funny enough, all the way back in February.
Fuck yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's got to be a big thing.
Goldberg beat the Fiend to become Universal Champion.
The Fiend was
20.
At that point, though, the Fiend was damaged goods. He was in that shitty Hell in a Cell match with Rollins.
But they had before that Daniel Bryan.
I'd still say at that point it's like, who cares? This old bloke has come along and he stood up to the Fiend, supposedly in the guise of a superhero, so he's not scared of the Fiend and he's beat him in seconds. It's just like, so it's just like the two are just as worse as bad as the other. So at that point, it's just like, who really cares?
I cared.
I was fuming after Super Showdown. Then Crown Jewel.
Yeah,
can't remember.
One of the events that shouldn't have took place.
But I couldn't believe that. Why? This is Kevin Owens. People won't get behind Goldberg if we do this.
No.
Because it happened a few years ago with Kevin Owens. He came back. Everyone's happy to see him back. He beat Brock in that really cool squash match at Survivor Series. Then beat Kevin Owens, a really popular Universal Champion, who looked like he was going to face Chris Jericho at WrestleMania for that belt. But no. Goldberg Lesnar didn't need the Universal title.
I think they just saw money. They saw money and they thought, we need a big event. We've got to have something that's got to put butts in the seats and money in our pockets. And fuck logic. We'll just take someone out of left field, and they inserted. They brought in Goldberg. It's just like, come on, do better. And they're doing the same thing again.
Well, like, people wouldn't like if Reigns beat the Fiend, but we would accept it more than Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. We sort of expect him to do that. Let's get the big dogs in. Save the day.
Although on the flip side, if that had happened, we won't have heel Roman now, I don't think.
He still might have. He might have just turned heel during his reign.
Who knows?
He might have turned heel during his reign. But I think it's really lucky that Bray Wyatt has such a creative mind that, and fair, due to the pandemic, we got that Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Unless we were going to get that anyway, somehow. I don't know.
It wouldn't have worked in actual WrestleMania, I don't think. I think it would have been an actual
Oh,
match.
right. Yeah. Because
If
there
it
would
was
have been a crowd.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked with that. So we actually got that 5-5 Funhouse match, but actually, I think it really helped Bray Wyatt and the Fiend.
Yeah, we established him after the whole Goldberg thing, I think.
So the Fiend had not quite all right rest of the year, I thought.
Yeah. I'd say he's had a good year after that.
Anyway, anyone else got a bad thing to add?
Yeah, I've got two. One relates to the other. And
Okay.
they're really terrible. Well, the obvious one's COVID.
Yeah. Okay.
How we all know how that's fucking turned out and how it's affected everything. Yeah, no fans, hardly any wrestling. There's no local wrestling. No one's able to go anywhere. There's just a sadness and depression with it, which leads on to the next point, which is the speaking out movement.
Yeah, I think
actual heartbreak of that. Reading the actual accounts of the victims, the bravery of them coming out and starting the hashtag in the first place and sharing their stories, and some of the reforms from the organisations that were all mentioned, that they're going to have a look at how their coaching staff and how their coaching culture is. So some of them had like a culture of bullying. Some had a culture where there's some people within the organisations themselves that are some deviant sexual predators and stuff. So they've got rid of that element. It's highlighted more. It's even in Parliament now. So I mean, that was one of the biggest ones for me. It was just like I think I knew some of the people. Giving their accounts as well. I was just like, shit, I never even knew anything about this. Makes it really sad, even sadder. So that was the biggest negative of the year in the wrestling year for me. Has anyone else got anything?
Yeah, there was so many names brought out. It like that day, it was just one after another after another after another.
Yep. It was just
a lot of wrestlers have lost jobs because of it. But Joey Ryan, De Guerrero, Travis Banks, David Starr, Dave Crisp, Mike Skull, Velveteen Dream. I think he's on his way out for WWE.
Oh shit! Yeah. Fucking hell. Austin Theory as well.
Yeah. Travis Banks. But I think you could also probably say that I think some people did get called out for the sake of being called out at the same time. Because obviously, guys like Joe Coffey, who else? Top of my head, Matt Riddle, Sammy Guevara, have all continued. Trent Seven, Wolfgang, Jordan Devlin, have all came back to TV. So, but yeah, it was really horrible. I wasn't cool with my college that day. I couldn't pay attention to school. All I saw on Twitter was the British wrestling scene blowing up.
Yeah,
it got involved into Parliament in the UK as well. Not sure if you saw that.
Yeah.
It got brought out in Parliament. Yeah, it was honestly one of the most heartbreaking days as a wrestling fan I've ever had. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it started over here. There was like a few, quite a number of stories from America as well. Like guys like Mike Quackenbush being called out for behaviour as well. So like, fucking hell, you as well. So Chikara is probably no more.
Yeah, also lost wrestling companies because of it as well.
Yeah, Gabe Sapolsky as well. I think there's all sorts of people that have been taken down because of it. Obviously, it's a good thing, and at the same time, it's a really sad thing. Hopefully, the victims can now move on. They'll never and recover, but somehow recover. It'll be something that's always going to be a part of them. But hopefully they don't quit what they love doing because of all this. Hopefully they'll come back stronger and a lot better once the scene gets back on its feet.
But I think I told you like a few weeks ago. I'm saying this now because I don't want to bring it up again. But I also put it on the good things that's happened to wrestling this year because it's out there now. We can work on the business and making it a safer place for up and coming male and female talents.
Yeah.
So you can put it on both. Matt, how you see it. If you just want to put it on the bad, that's up to you. I'll 100% respect it and agree. But I think you can probably have arguments to put it on the good side as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Now we can prevent this from happening again and make sure everyone can do what they love, and that is wrestling.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're all here at the end of the day, professional wrestling.
Yep.
Wrestling.
Good old wrestling.
You got any bad ones, Nick?
Yeah, I want to say a few, but they kind of seem really minor on the back of the whole speaking out thing. It's kind of like that was such a fucked up situation. But within the business, I would say one of mine is still WWE's inability to use some of its better stars. So like Black and Ricochet, for example, the misuse of those two this year, I've got to put it down as being bad.
Now they have absolutely nothing for Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Did WWE management forget that he was?
Yeah. Fucking hell, that's horrific. It's like we forgot that he was even on the roster. And Ricochet's on main event.
It's crazy, man. You had a bit of glimmer of hope about 2 or 3 weeks ago when Ali and Ricochet had that banger of a match for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if they can do that again next week and then the week after, awesome. I'm in for that. But yeah, I've not seen hide or hell of Ricochet since.
Yeah, we're never going to see Ricochet pull out a banger like that again or be allowed to, not on Raw.
No.
It's just absolutely insane.
Like I said, it's fucking great. It sums up this year that Pat McAfee's had more high spots than Ricochet. Pat McAfee's had he's had 2 storming matches and pulled out a few good high spots.
Been taking Canadian destroyers.
Yeah, and that's more than Ricochet's done all year.
That's
in 2 matches.
All right, I've got one. Black Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Another heartbreaking day.
It was pretty shitty.
WWE's way of
cutting expenses.
Yeah, just
because
so they can have
it's going to be such a harsh year money wise, even though they're rumored to be like making a $400 million profit or something stupid.
Yeah, they've got no expenses for traveling from town to town and setting up sets and stuff. So they're saving tons of fucking money. There's no flight costs or anything like that. So they're rolling in it, but at the same time, they fucking cull loads of stuff. Granted, a lot of them were brought back as they're only furloughed, but at the same time, it's just not the time. Fuck, and it was like, it's a wonder like someone like Drake Maverick got his job back as well. I'm still to this day, I don't know if that was a work or a shoot.
I hated that angle though. If that was a work, that was so fucking insensitive. You've got this guy falling like he's lost his job in a climate where loads of people are losing their jobs, and then like a month or 2 months later, he gets it back. He works so hard. You basically say to people, like, if you've lost your job, well, you wouldn't have lost it if you'd have worked really hard. You would have got it back.
Yeah. I've got a list of names that were released on Black Wednesday. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Leo Rush, EC3, Kurt Hawkins, Eric Young, Heath Slater, Kurt Angle, Aina English, Sarah Logan, Mike Kielder, Primo, Epico, Rowan, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, Zack Ryder, Noe Jose, and Rusev.
Holy shit.
But let's just get right. Rusev, the Good Brothers, Mike and Maria, wanted to leave anyway.
Yeah, they wanted to leave.
Okay, them I understand. They wanted to leave anyway. So, if you're cutting costs, why not get rid of people that want to leave? That's fair enough. But guys like Heath Slater, Eric Young, Hawkins...
And they weren't doing anything with Eric Young anyway.
Yeah,
Literally nothing with him.
I think he turned to producer, sort of, backstage.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, it was another heartbreaking day. I remember watching YouTube at my missus' office, and I seen Twitter, people get released. It's like mad. Obviously, Fit Finley's just been brought back, so you might actually see improvement on women's wrestling.
Let's hope so.
So, but SmackDown don't need. Let's be honest, SmackDown don't need it. I think SmackDown doing brilliant things. Raw, make her get away from Oscar. Oscar get rid of the line of Nia Jax feud. Yeah, so we also cut ties with 9 producers, including Fit Finley, Billy Kidman, and Helms.
IRS as well. IRS went.
Yeah. And Port says 40% of their employees were put on furlough. So I think we can also put on this list how WWE handled COVID.
Yeah, it's shocking that.
Did it start testing until like end of June or something stupid like that? Actually start doing the fucking tests until like 2 months later or something.
Yeah, so they've had 3 outbreaks, I think, so far. And even so, like the presidential candidate party, I don't know what it's called, actually said if we win, we're going to look into it. Because it's been home of quite a few hotspot spikes in Florida. So I think once January comes, WWE's going to get investigated for it.
Really?
Yeah, because Trump's not president. You can't go lovey-dovey to the Trumps now, can he?
Won't they encourage not to wear masks as well, or if they wanted to wear masks, they have to stay at home?
Yeah.
Stupid. Jesus.
Yeah, but they were like, don't wear masks, wear masks. No, actually, wear masks. They were confused. They didn't know what the fuck to do. And there was people in when they had like the audience of NXT stars and trainees. Some were wearing masks, some were wearing half masks, some were taking their masks off. It was just like fucking chaos. Absolutely chaos.
Apparently they were just doing like forehead temperature checks for the first 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, that was the extent of their testing.
Yeah, absolutely delusional. They're just deluded.
Sloppy shop.
Well, I think Trump's out of power, which is I think it's January. Vince could be in trouble.
So unless that country falls into some sort of civil war, but yeah, that's politics.
I've got one more if you two don't have any.
Sure, man.
Well,
Have you two got any more?
I ain't got any more.
Nick?
no, go, it's all good.
So the last one is the whole WWE with Twitch. So the latest one.
Yeah, I was going to mention that when you're talking about like come January, because they've already sort of said they're going to get investigated for that as well.
Yeah, for their
independent contractors.
Yeah.
Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good on him. I think this was so stupid.
I've had so many arguments with people about this on wrestling groups and things like that, where people are just kind of like, well, you won't allow your employees to do this, or you won't allow your employees to do that out of hours using it's like, it's a totally different scenario. Plus they were encouraged to build up these Twitch accounts, these social media accounts a couple of years ago, because WWE saw them as good exposure. It was getting the name out there. So they encouraged these guys and girls to do this. And then 2 years later, it's like, actually, yeah, no, give us the money.
Yeah, it just baffles me. Because let's be honest, they're not doing anything legal. They're playing video games. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Paige just made chats with her subs, which is fair enough. But, I don't know, it's really frustrating. Because guys like
oh, sorry, go on, dude.
guys like Style, because these guys are not on the road. They don't do live events every day. So if they're just sitting at home before they go back, TP tapings. So why can't they? They're not doing anything bad. It's playing video games and interacting with fans, which will only help WWE.
Which is why it was encouraged in the first place.
Exactly. So obviously, we've had one firing as of recording so far because of it. That's Zelina Vega.
Yep.
Of course, she's decided to go up yours. I'm making an OnlyFans account.
Which contains no nudity, by the way, so don't bother paying for it.
No, it's just her in. It's just her in cosplays.
I did my research. I check on that for you guys.
Constructive research.
Exactly, man.
You've got to research these things.
But they put it down to like something. Didn't they put it down to like the whole because of the COVID thing this year and the cost cutting thing? They kind of tried to justify it in that way as well by sort of saying, well, we'll just knock it off of your annual turnover or your annual whatever your pay downside. Well, whatever you earn on that off of your annual downside. And
but
it's like,
Zelina, she was earning more off Cameo, Twitch, OnlyFans than she was in a WWE contract.
Paige, I think, gets just short of $500,000 a year from Twitch.
That's mad.
Crazy, isn't it?
But obviously, I think. But one thing I don't get, I think CM Punk brought this up on when he did Renee Young's podcast. That obviously, because Xavier Woods has been signed to G4, hasn't he? Video game host. Why does it apply for him? He can have his own YouTube channel, but the rest of the talent can't.
He goes by Austin Creed, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I stopped that. Obviously, it started off first saying WWE talent can't use Twitch and stuff, and most guys are saying, okay, I'll use my real name. Then after a couple months later, you got WWE, no, you ain't doing that.
Oh, yeah, shit, not really.
But Xavier Woods can still go do stuff like this. It's really unfair.
Yeah, it's one for one for the other, isn't it? But he's always been in that side because obviously the up, down, down, which I think is kind of owned by WWE now anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I think Woods is the golden child for the social media platforms.
Obviously, I think Adam Cole's still streaming because NXT is like, do what you want. We don't care. Triple H's like, do ye? But I think Adam Cole's still streaming. Maybe. So, I don't know. It was really weird and I hope this independent contractor stuff gets sorted out next year.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think, Palmer?
It is a dodgy subject, isn't it? It all ties into this. You're an independent contractor. So if they are an independent contractor, how is it they can't do what they want? They're treating them like employees. So if you're treating them like they're employees, class them as employees. They're not independent contractors. If they're independent contractors, how come they can't work for other companies?
Yeah, it's health insurance.
Yeah, it's just like health insurance. And let's be honest, most of them are just playing video games.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Sorry, go on.
It's just something I saw online. Apparently the other day there's a Twitch live stream of Zelina Vega, Paige, Lita, Ronda Rousey playing Among Us.
Fucking hell.
I wish I was among them.
Okay, King. Bloody hell. Or JR.
Let's be known, it's going to be going, puppies! Anyway.
So that's the bad. Let's go on to the good.
Yeah, there's been plenty of good this year as well, though, so.
Yes. Good stuff.
I have a couple of good ones on Facebook if you want to start with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, fire away, man. What are the ones from Facebook?
So I've got John Fazfara, I think that's how I pronounce it. So I wouldn't say he's rest of the year, but Orange Cassidy stands out massively for me entertainment value. From the debate with Jericho to a lot of his matches have been amazing to watch. Yeah, I could say the rise of Orange Cassidy has been a good thing this year.
Yeah, definitely. Starting off with his match against Pac.
Fantastic match as well.
Yeah. Absolute banger.
Yeah, that's a good one. And Tony Norton has said the Tribal Chief, the debut of the Tribal Chief,
Yes.
It's good.
Roman Reigns. Honestly, I think we'll talk about Roman a bit here because this has been an utter transformation and the one he needed so much.
Yeah. Have you saw this week's SmackDown yet?
I've seen bits of it.
Yeah.
That promo he cut, man, where he just looks into the camera. Kevin Owens,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You don't
Yeah.
know me. We've never met before, but I'm the tribal chief. It's like, oh my god.
Absolute sociopath. The dude is an absolute sociopath, but it's brilliant. He plays it so well. It's like, yeah.
You are the Tribal Chief. You can be the head of the table. Do it. Do what you want. Just don't hurt me.
Oh, Roman. We endorse Roman Reigns as the head of the table. Just to everyone.
Well, yeah, anything to be doing with his feud with Jey Uso, I think that could be feud of the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic storytelling. I think one of my favourite matches this year is the Hell in a Cell match they had.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everything he's been doing has been fantastic. Because when people saw Paul Heyman, you probably think, oh, Paul Heyman's going to do talking, Reigns going to stand and looking intimidating. But no.
Yeah.
Heyman's the background of it.
Heyman's he's usually there just looking shit scared as well.
Yeah.
It's like, with that holy shit, what the fuck are you doing? Look on his face. Oh man.
That's how good it is, though. That Heyman doesn't have to be the vocal point. He doesn't have to be that front guy. Like, so Reigns is doing such a good job that Heyman can kind of step back, and that emphasizes it tenfold as well. The fact that Heyman is sort of stood, like you say, with that holy shit look on his face half the time. It's like, if you're making Heyman pull that face, this must be fucked up.
Like, he always goes, when Reigns starts doing stuff, he always goes, oh no, what have you done? And I've only seen that once, and that's funny enough against Roman Reigns with Brock, when Brock took his gloves off at Mania 35, and Heyman's like, oh no, what have you done?
Yeah, that's it.
It's a really fascinating character. And I hope this is around for a while, because I want to see Roman versus Rock.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
What?
I don't want to see that. I don't think it's a match that needs to happen.
Oh.
It shouldn't happen either. It's just no.
Do you not think it would just elevate Reigns? Just like, do you not think it would have kind of rub on Reigns?
No, he doesn't need it at this point. He's already he's elevated himself enough to a point where he doesn't need any further elevation. It's not like The Rock is. What's it for? What's the match for? What's the point? The Rock isn't like a higher, like on the. There's already Roman's already the head of the table. What's further than the head of the table? The head of the house or something on the roof. An ego thing.
Yeah,
like
you're
a wrestling legend and being a main face of Hollywood.
Yeah, like The Rock is like the epicenter of the WWE. It's The Rock. He's always like this, that, and the other. And Reigns is always going to feel like he's never gonna eclipse him. He's never going to elevate above his status.
Yeah, it only takes Watt to come back one night and say what Nick just said, and people go, "Oh, that makes sense." The story is literally right there.
Yeah, and just a visual of Reigns standing over a broken Rock, like with his foot on his chest, holding the belt up. To me, visually, that would just be like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I just wanted that visual of The Rock broken with Reigns standing over him.
What can go? Look, if you're the head of the table, if you're the tribal chief, defend that title against me. Prove to us that you're the tribal chief. You may have Aka and Sika believe in you, the Usos believe in you, but I don't believe in you. Prove it to me. Defend that title against me and show you you're the tribal chief.
Yeah.
And why you're the head of the table. At the moment, I'm in Hollywood doing all this stuff while you're just here. Being my co-lackey in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. I think it might. I know not everybody's going to want it, but yeah, I just think creative. That's just, I just want that visual. I'm just kind of hooked on seeing that visual of Reigns breaking it up.
Yeah, passing him out in the guillotine.
Yeah.
It is a story that writes itself.
Yeah, I fully agree with that one.
I don't think it'd even be a really good match.
It doesn't need to be.
Look at Jay and Reigns in Hell in a Cell. It was a good match. I'm never going to watch it again because it was such a good story match.
Yeah.
That I just brought the story, I brought the action, I brought the emotion, and that elevated the match tenfold for me. But it's not one that I'm going to watch again, and that would be the same with Reigns versus The Rock. That's the emotion, the storytelling would be off the chart.
If it does happen, I don't know. I'd be very disappointed. Just say something about these things, and then when it fucking fucks up, and I'll be the one to say, "I told you so."
But Nick, let's remember though, it's the same guy with the stupid EC3 faction, and it's cashing on the feed.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair play.
Can't take it too seriously.
What? How dare you?
No, that's mine. Yeah, on the Palmer credentials. I found out earlier today he appreciates Red Dwarf, so he's still on good points for me.
All right. So let's start off with our ones. Let's start with, since he's so outspoken, Ryan Palmer.
Okay. The first one is Edge returning at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Has to be on everyone's list, that one.
Yeah.
It's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Silence.
Then it's Corey goes, who's it going to be?
I see clearly.
That was like a fucking World Cup final goal being scored in the last second of extra time. That pop that he got, it was amazing, absolutely epic.
It made me
just thank God there was a crowd.
Yes.
Oh.
I was just like, even watching it now, you just still get fucking goosebumps from it. You see the emotion on his face. You see just like he's taken aback. He's just like, whoa, they still remember us, man. Fucking hell.
They did something smart earlier in the night with putting Beth Phoenix in the Rumble match, thinking, oh, Edge is not going to be there. He's going to be with his family.
Right.
I thought that was a nice little touch there.
Yeah.
And then the fucking cameraman,
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin fucking Dunn.
Oh, missed the first spear.
Which they've went back and edited it on the network, so they catch the spear. But originally, no, they fucked up. They caught some dude in the crowd marking out. Okay, fair enough, but he got enough crowd shots. You don't need any more. I
was in walkabout at the time of Edge's return. Played something mental. Then as soon as he came and did that first spear, I missed. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I've never seen a bar mark out so much.
With people throwing beer all over and stuff.
I think I got to get soaked a little bit. I was hugging random people before COVID, by the way. Have to mention that.
So that's what caused the spread. Oh shit! Edge's return caused the spread of it.
But I want to put that whole men's Royal Rumble match in the best things.
No,
as a Rumble match, it was brilliant.
I hate that Rumble match.
Well, my next thing is Drew winning the Rumble.
Let's stick with the Rumble. There's so much happened in that Rumble match. I liked the Brock dominance.
Yes.
I actually quite enjoyed it. I thought it was quite fun.
Yeah. I thought it was good as well.
Obviously, some eliminations frustrate me, like Morrison, Nakamura, Cesaro, but with the Kofi, Ray, Big E one was really fun.
That was, yeah. It was...
MVP coming back and Brock just dancing to his theme. Really fun. His interaction with Shelton Benjamin, really good. Then when Keith Lee came out.
Ooh, big boy.
Yeah, ooh, big boy. Really made me laugh. Then Strowman came out, it had beefiness. Then Ricochet came out, everyone's like, oh. But then when Drew came out, that low blow by Ricochet, the Claymore by Drew, Lesnar's gone. And that pop was massive as well.
Only Drew gets the shine for that. Ricochet doesn't get the shine for that anymore. Fucking hell, they just love to do do Ricochet bad in that company. I just hate him for some reason. So every time you see the elimination of Brock by Drew, it's just Drew Claymore. And it's like, Ricochet must be like, I was there. Hello. Fucking hell. But
I thought that whole men's Rumble match was fantastic.
It wasn't as good as the women's match because like 2 women just dominated the women's one. And then one woman come along and won it. It's like, fuck. But I liked the men's match as well.
Well, that's actually one bad thing we forgot to talk about.
What?
Charlotte in NXT.
Oh, fucking hell. They tried to pop a rating.
Let's not talk about that anymore. Just say Charlotte in NXT. No one benefited.
Mm-hmm. Nobody benefited from that. Gee whiz.
So, Nick, you didn't like the men's Rumble match?
I liked the result, don't get me wrong. But yeah, just the match, man. It irks me. I know I agree with the good spots you were saying, and they were good spots. But just guys like Nakamura and Morrison and guys like that, getting thrown out. I was just like, fuck's sake. You're only elevating Drew out of this. You obviously with the Edge's return, but the only sort of non-elevated star from that Rumble that came out of it was Drew. And I like it when you start to build 2 or 3 other. I like the Rumble to plant seeds to build future storylines and stuff. And yeah, it just didn't do it for me in that sense. It just they sacrificed so many people just for that one sole purpose.
Yeah, I get your point. People did benefit. I thought Keith Lee benefited from it as well. He's the only guy that actually properly pushed Lesnar.
He was only in there for like a couple of minutes, though. To me,
it's all he needed.
Yeah. I don't know. But it is what it is, man. It's like if you got something out of it, then awesome. I didn't, but you did.
Yeah,
you're winning, dude. Yeah, that shit's there to entertain you.
I had a really fun hour.
Were you looking for like a Warrior Hogan moment? Is that what you're looking for? Like in the Rumble, yeah.
No, and again, going sort of for the older audience members, I'm kind of going back to the old school when you had like Triple H and Austin in the ring and people were coming in, or I don't know. It's just
I get what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like I say, it's just one of the things. I'm not going to like everything to do. I'm generally the positive one out of everyone. That everything's pretty cool. But no, that one would just. I don't know if it just irks me. I might have just been in the bad fucking mood when I was watching it.
You know what could have happened? What could have happened was at some point AJ Styles would have been in the ring with Gallows and Anderson, and then the next person that came out could have been Finn Balor. Finn Balor's in the ring. Some random dude comes in after that. They get rid of him, and then the surprise entrance would have been Adam Cole. So then you had Adam Cole, Finn Balor, and AJ Styles in the ring, and then the rest of the UE get in the ring out of the crowd, and they join Gallows and Anderson and the 3 former leaders of the Bullet Club, and they form a mega club in the Royal Rumble.
Out of the 3 fantasy bookings, Ryan's done that's probably the best one.
I was going to say, he's redeemed himself now for the glorious 1%. That was fucking awesome.
Thank you.
But one more thing for the Rumble. I thought one of the funniest moments to me this year came out of that Royal Rumble, and that is not Brock going, "Oh, big boy," which was quite funny. It was everyone's high on edge, really happy, and who comes out next? Big Bazza Corbs.
Oh,
I loved that. I thought that's brilliant time to bring Corbin in.
It's totally different everyone.
Yeah, it's one of the unintentionally funniest things I've seen this year. Just everyone's marking out edge, and next thing you hear dun 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 dun. It's bound Corbin. Brilliant. That's how you build a heel up.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to Nick now.
Sasha and Bailey, that whole feat, this year, man. It's been banging. You mentioned earlier about Reigns and the Uso storyline. The only thing that can contend with that, except for Omega and Paige over in AEW, is Sasha and Bayley for me. That storyline's been... It's WWE doing a long... I think the COVID thing kind of helped it. I think they kind of had to drag it out because of that. But it's the one time that they've... Well, not the one time, but it's one of the few times that they've got the long storytelling correct. They fucking smashed it. Everything about Sasha Bayley feud was great this year.
Let's be honest, this has been dragged out since 2017.
Well, yeah, bro.
This whole Sasha Bayley thing. So that's quite impressive, not gonna lie. Whether all of it was intentional is a different story.
I don't think it was. I think, well, again, just second guessing everything. But you'd think that if there was a crowd sort of May, June time, they would have done the split then possibly. They were trying to drag out as long as possible to see if they could get a crowd back.
I think they wanted to do it for SummerSlam in Boston.
Yeah.
I think that was always the aim, but obviously couldn't. But yeah, I think Sasha Bayley been built up brilliantly this year.
It has been one of the best feeds this year. It's just like you just knew one of them was going to turn on the other at some point. And it paid off. And they paid off really well. It was pretty good. It was really good.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of a good one now.
I've got a good one. AEW.
Yeah, AEW, this has been fantastic.
AEW's had a hell of a year. There's not been a really terrible show that they've put on.
The pandemic era started a bit iffy.
Yeah.
While they're trying to find their feet with no crowds, but I think they got it after a while.
Oh, they got it first as well because they were the first one to change the camera angle, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then they had a few people in the crowd, and then WE followed suit after that. Some of the shows at the moment are getting a bit iffy though, with too many run-ins. That's the only thing. It's just like match happens, match ends, there's a run-in, mass brawl, next match, same shit happens again. It's like, oh, you need to stop doing that a little bit. But overall, they've started at 11. And they've dropped as far down as 9. And when they go down to a 9, people are just like, "Oh, that was a shitty show," but no, it's a good show.
I said, starting at that point, we would be happy, kind of thing. They just overachieved to start off with.
Exactly. Yes. They've exceeded expectations.
That's it.
Yeah, they sort of struggled a bit at the beginning of the pandemic, trying to find their footing with no crowds. Because of the AEW crowd's very loud usually.
It was the talent as well, though. You look at this in the first month or two, the talent that they had on there was missing so many people.
Yeah, obviously the Pac was not there. Obviously Jimmy Havoc was involved in the speaking out movement. Sammy had his own little issues. Yeah, but obviously you've got guys like FTR coming. Obviously Lucha Bros were gone for a bit, weren't they?
Yeah, they were stuck down in Mexico.
Yeah, so they've built up really nicely. Obviously the Hangman Page was gone for a while as well, I think.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Then he came back and sort of carried out on that story. And this pandemic brought a stadium stampede.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh, that was triumph. That was. I didn't care. That was such an enjoyable thing to watch. It was tremendous.
And I've shown it to a few people who aren't even wrestling fans, and they've just sat there and they've laughed. And they've actually shown emotion and like gasped at certain points. I was like, yes, that's it. You can show it to a non-wrestling fan and they enjoy it. I'm like, that's it, job done.
Yeah, there's literally only a handful of things that can do that. Obviously, what couple that's been to mind is TLC 2.
Yes. Oh, jeez, yes.
And Vince and Shane, that exact same show.
Oh, fucking yeah.
That's a match you can just chuck to one man and say, just watch this.
I'd say Helen well, Taker and Foley.
Yeah.
Angle and Shane from King of the Ring 2000.
Yeah, stuff like that. You can't. One thing, you can't show non-wrestling fans Mac classics.
No.
You got to show the bonkers stuff. Or like a Rumble. Rumble's fun for them to watch as well.
Yeah. Just random. I've just finished watching the end of Final Resolution. It just ended strangely. Though. It's weird.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I mean, Rich Swann just beat
Chris Bay, wasn't it?
Chris Bay, yes. Then Moose come in, and Moose just handed Rich Swann his title. So, all right.
I think that might be a champion versus champion match.
Yeah.
Or what I think, three-way at Revolution.
Yes.
For all the gold.
Ooh.
Moose, Swan, and Kenny. That Revolution was hard to kill for all the gold.
Could do that. They could do that. Bringing it back to this podcast, though, who else has got some good stuff?
Well, I'm still going on that, by the way, with the whole AEW Impact start of the partnership.
Never.
Segue.
Ooh.
So I think this has been a really good business move by Impact.
Yes, yeah. They do benefit from it, yeah.
AEW don't benefit really, but yet again, they don't have anything to lose from it either.
No.
I do think the benefit.
Carry on there.
Impact's benefit greatly. AEW benefit slightly, but it's still a benefit.
Mm.
But it definitely favours Impact. I agree with that.
Yeah. But AEW won't lose anything because it's not like Impact evolved with Vince Russo, Hogan, and Bischoff in charge. This is a new Impact. They've rebranded themselves and they've done really well at it as well.
Definitely. So I think they can get New Japan on board as well, because obviously I was having this conversation the other day, like, so obviously there's bad blood between New Japan and Impact, but it's not that Impact anymore.
No, it's not. No, it's a totally different Impact from what it was during all that shit where they had Okada and they absolutely fucking wasted him. Kato or whatever his name was. It was a tragedy. It's like, what? Obviously, I didn't even know who fucking Okada was back then. I just saw this guy dressed as the Green Hornet's sidekick with Samoa Joe. I'm thinking, all right, fair enough. And then years later, Okada's pulling out like 6-star matches and stuff, and that's the same guy. Fucking hell.
Okay, so Carl Pickups just commented his.
All right.
Once, so thank you, Carl, for commenting. Let us know yours. So he put the worst, no fans. He thinks the Thunderdome is stupid.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't mind it. Adds a bit more atmosphere.
I think it's fucking groundbreaking, in all fairness, as much as it pains me to say it. It is a bold move, and it was a great idea. And also, it's got some teething issues. Sorry, Carl, not rubbing it in. But
just got that.
But yeah, I like the Thunderdome. I think it's groundbreaking, in all fairness. Credit where it's due. It's groundbreaking.
Sorry, Carl, by the way, but let me minutes, little notes what Nick just said there.
Rough.
But the best thing is that the Rise of Drew, Roman heel turn.
Yeah.
Honestly, you did put Black Wednesday in the worst as well, but he also sort of put Black Wednesday in the best as well, with guys like EY, EC3, and Brian Myers in Impact.
Being set free.
Yeah. Freedom!
It stings! As well.
Oh, yes.
And what we're talking about, Impact and AEW working together.
Yeah.
He's got a couple for storylines. Roman's head of the table. And one which I was going to mention a bit about is Otis and Mandy storyline going to WrestleMania, which I'll bring up later. I think it was a good story. I'll bring it up now quick. Yeah, I think Otis and Mandy storyline is one of the most interesting things going into WrestleMania.
Well, he wrote an essay. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll think of more later. Yeah. He's actually listed some decent ones. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otis and Mandy. See, the capper of that would have been Otis cashing in Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
No, Otis giving Mandy the briefcase. That would have been the icing on the cake.
Yeah, but like that period from December till WrestleMania was really well booked stuff and engaging TV. I thought.
And then they got bored of him.
Yeah, then after WrestleMania happened, and
Money in the Bank.
yeah.
And then the real shit happened between was that a part of it as well? The stalker? Or
It was supposed to be the blow-off feud. They were supposed to have a hair versus hair match at SummerSlam. But Sonya wanted to take time off after that. So he said, loser leaves town instead. But yeah.
Carl done any bads? Were they all good?
Now, worst was Thunderdome and Black Wednesday. But yeah. Any more good things you think of?
I'd say Sting's the big one. I know obviously it's in Carl's list, but that's got to be a huge. It's one of the coolest moments in wrestling TV this year, for me.
You spoke about with Mike Mad Dog Angus earlier.
Right.
He quite like the idea of it. But one thing I did say, I'll give you a little spoiler about one thing I did say. I think Sting's first match will be Sting, Cody, Darby Allin versus Team Taz.
I think you're about to say what I was about to say. What were you going to say there, Nick?
I said it protects Sting. Put him in a tag match. Yeah,
Six-man tag match. He can come at the end. He can get beaten up a little bit outside by Cage and Hobbs and Starks, and at the end he can get tagged in, tap out Ricky Starks with the
Scorpion Deathlock.
Yeah, Scorpion Deathlock. Thank you. And that'd be good. I think that'd be a good return match.
Yeah. Well, it will hit the three moves. They'll do the reverse DDT, Stinger Splash, Scorpion Deathlock.
Yeah, it could be on Ricky Starks as well. He can afford to take it. I think he'd probably love taking it as well.
Oh god, yeah. I think any of those guys would do. I think they'd all mark out. Just being put in the Deathlock by Sting.
Yeah. Sting's got to be up there.
That's a good shout, is that?
One thing I want to say is WWE's consistent with pay-per-views this year, like the quality.
But they all been bad.
No, I think they've mostly been good this year.
They've been short, which is a good thing. They're like between 2.5 to 3 hours long. They haven't gone mental with a 4-hour pay-per-views. Because they can't.
You probably take exception of Extreme Rules and Elimination Chamber. I think mostly WWE pay-per-views this year have been really good.
I'd say they've been enjoyable for the best part. I'd say they were really good. I'd say they were enjoyable.
It's a bit better we've got most years, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. In that sense, I just think it's I don't know. It's kind of weird praising WWE pay-per-view for being good. It's like being the best looking guy on the Burns ward. It's not much of an accomplishment.
No, we've seen the last few years. I think pat ourselves on the back. We've done semi-good this year.
But they set the bar so low, that's why.
I thought Hell in a Cell was probably one of the best shows this year, I thought.
Well, yeah. Yeah, because of a couple of matches. I think the 2 Hell in a Cell matches actually smashed it.
I thought, what show was it? Backlash was fun. The greatest wrestling match ever, quote unquote.
Yeah, it was good.
Which was really good.
Yeah.
Who would have thought in 2020 have Orton and Edge put on a 40-minute clinic?
The horror show at Extreme Rules.
That was there.
Crash
was pretty good. Hell in a Cell was really good. I thought Survivor Series was alright.
Yeah.
SummerSlam was good. WrestleMania was good. I think pay-per-view wise, you can't really complain apart from the Saudi show at the beginning of the year.
They've been enjoyable. So, yeah, I'll big it up in that sense.
One Saudi show does help as well. But yeah, I thought most pay-per-views have been enjoyable this year. That's not just WWE. All wrestling pay-per-views have been pretty much enjoyable this year in all companies.
Yeah, Impact's pay-per-views have been good. Takeovers of that goes without saying. And yeah, AEW had one questionable one, but it's still good. It's still highly enjoyable. It's just by their standards, probably the worst one they had.
All out,
but
that's what you're on about.
Yeah, but it was still a really good pay-per-view. It's still really enjoyable.
That's probably the only AEW pay-per-view I had to turn off after a certain moment because I couldn't watch anymore. Which is something I should have put on the worst is that Matt Hardy thing and it all out.
Yeah, Matt Hardy.
They handled that poorly.
Yes.
Anyway, we got any more positives?
This podcast.
Oh, yeah. Nice
Meet
one
you
there,
guys.
Palmer. 2020 saw the debut of the Hard Cam Wrestling podcast.
Yes.
And 2021 will be a huge year for us, I think.
Yeah, man. Well, we've got stuff like we can talk about it towards a bit more closer towards the end of the year, but we've got some good stuff lined up, for January, February next year. So
You can talk about it if you want. We spoke about it in the interview earlier.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously reaching out and we've got people interested in. I think we're just going to be doing more interviews in the early part of next year as well. It's going to be good. It's going to be a bit more with varied content. So, yeah, man, the cam team are smash it and elevate it, I reckon.
Oh,
Each one of you guys is fucking awesome. And definitely to bring something to the table, and it's awesome being part of it.
Yeah, I've been honoured to be part of this. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's really been fun. I liked it a lot. Hopefully, do some more shows and put some actual stuff on the YouTube channel as well.
Yeah. One thing I was planning to do, breaking the fourth wall with it here, I want to do live reactions for the Royal Rumble. If there's a pay-per-view you should do live reactions for, it's the Rumble.
Could do that.
So
the day off work.
Yeah, I'll put the day off work afterwards.
I would be up for that, to be fair. Could we make a call that long? Just thinking about it. Sorry, talking work on the cast, but if we did, or would we just do it for the Rumble match itself, an hour and something?
Well, we could just have a little live stream up for people to watch afterwards. They can, if not. It'd be fun to all of us sitting there and watching the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. No, it'd be cool. Well, there you go, guys.
I'd be up for that.
I think good place to leave, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Plug socials as usual, boys.
Nick, you want to start?
Pencil Tree on Twitter. Come follow me on my classic WWF pay-per-view journey. I've got to the good stuff now, so night. Smash it. And just look me up on the wrestling artwork page that is associated with the Hard Cam Wrestling Podcast Facebook group or page.
Mr. Palmer, where can we find you?
Find me on Facebook, leaving comments on the wrestling group, on the Hard Cam Podcast Facebook page, on Let's Talk Wrestling, on other places as well. Find me on Twitter, winding up Donald Trump, at Yardy316, and winding up all the Trumpies as well.
You can find me on Facebook around the wrestling group and the Hard Cam Wrestling Podcast. You can find me on Twitter at Hard Cam James, and don't forget to follow Hard Cam Wrestling on Hard Cam Podcast on Twitter, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and tap that notification bell where you never miss an upload, because the interview with Mike, Mad Dog, Angus is up next week, and you do not want to miss that. It's one of my favourite things I've done so far, and it was utterly fantastic. He has so much knowledge for the business and so much history behind it, and it's honestly such a fun laugh to do it.
I'll look forward to listening to that myself.
Yeah.
Obviously, not this Tuesday, but Tuesday after, we've got the Armageddon 2008 review coming out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We've got that coming out, and the usual NXT and AEW review this week. Possibly an Impact one this week as well. We'll have to wait and see.
If not, I'll probably start a new year.
Yeah. But that's been the pod.
Yeah. We are out of time.
We're out of time, folks.
We're out of time here, folks.
Yeah, wrestling.
See wrestling. See you later, guys. Thank you for listening.
Cheers,
Adios.
dudes.